Recent events in the case of Michael Brown, an 18-year-old unarmed African American killed by a police officer in Ferguson, Missouri, have sparked public outrage at the frequency of police brutality occurring in the United States. These events have also drawn attention to a gap in publicly available information regarding the number of Americans the police kill each year. What is the current state of accessible information on police homicides? What does this say about the state of this information as open data? How can we use social media to fill the gap of accessible open data information on police homicides? Because states are not required to report police-caused homicides, attempts to clarify and comprehensively document this information have severely fallen short. And finding the data that does exist is not at all easy. A glaring example of national databases failing to adhere to standards of ease of usability is the Supplementary Homicide Report, or SHR, a database that collects data on justified police homicides by law enforcement. The SHR is presented on data.gov as part of the U.S. Open Government Data effort, and we fairly assumed that the SHR database could be efficiently and easily retrieved from governmental agency websites. The reality is different. An online search on data.gov doesn't download any data, but just redirects the user to the FBI's website. There you find information about SHR, but not the database itself. The faster and easier way to download the database is on a non-government platform curated by the University of Michigan. The path to parsing through this information is relatively complex and confusing. The interpretation process of the SHR database is another key point of confusion. The codebook provided by the FBI along with the SHR database contains all the directions needed to make sense of the data. However, relatively specific expertise in database management and interpretation are necessary to effectively retrieve and read the data. The complexity of access to the information relating to officer-involved homicides severely diminishes any claims of the openness of this data. We've collected other information on homicides by law enforcement from federal databases maintained by the CDC, the National Institute of Justice, and the Bureau of Justice. Once we limited the data to the local level of Los Angeles County, we found inconsistencies in these databases. One discrepancy we have noted is that the LA Times homicide report shows 39 murders in the category Only Officer Involved for 2012. SHR, on the other hand, quotes 33 murders from 2012. 6 people are unaccounted for. How do we make sense of this discrepancy in the numbers? We have chosen a hybrid participatory research methodology. We invited the community to participate in the organization and visualization of the data we have gathered from the databases.